What's going on, everyone? This is Jag Central and I hope you're all doing well. I know you guys have seen the news. The Week 9 matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Philadelphia Eagles was meant to be a Sunday night football game. It's now going to be a late window kickoff, 4:05 p.m. Eastern, 9:05 p.m. here in the UK. The NFL announces on Monday, and I do not blame the NFL one bit because the Jaguars have had a disastrous start to the season. They're 2-5 at the moment, and next week we play the informed Packers and the Eagles play the Bengals. The Eagles are 4-2. They haven't looked great. And I don't blame the NFL. Like, this matchup was meant to be a big storyline. Doug Peterson's going to be returning to Philadelphia. The story was going to be he's going to be coming here back to Philadelphia with a Jacksonville Jaguars team on the rise, led by quarterback Trevor Lawrence, against a powerhouse Eagles team. And the writing was on the wall. The storyline was there. But despite that, I understand exactly why the NFL has said, you know what, we're not going with this storyline. The storyline's not big enough, and we're just going to go with the Vikings versus the Colts. The Vikings are a surprise team. They're 5-1. They're playing amazing, and the Colts have sneakily have a 4-3 record. So that matchup is much better than having to see the Jaguars, who have a losing record, and the Eagles, who have a winning record but aren't playing particularly well. And the Jaguars played once this season on prime time, and they got blown out 47-10 on Monday Night Football by the Buffalo Bills. And for the NFL, that wasn't a good look as well. It wasn't a competitive game. Even though it was an amazing game for the Buffalo Bills fans, it just wasn't an entertaining game and a competitive game. The other question is, if you're also wondering why the NFL can change the schedule and flex teams in and out of primetime games like Sunday night, or move them from a late window game into Sunday night, it's just because the flexible schedule procedure just basically allows the quality to have quality matchups on Sundays, Sunday night football, because that's the big game. That's the game that everybody's watching. So the NFL want to make sure that they have the best possible game on. And for that week, it's going to be the Vikings versus the Colts, and you don't want to be having the Jaguars versus the Eagles. And it also gives surprise teams like the Vikings, because nobody expected the Vikings to be this good, for them to have a chance to work and play into a primetime spot. And that is basically the incentive for bad teams, because they can be good, work hard, and get into those Sunday night games. And then for the 2024 season, apparently the flexible scheduling is going to also go out and branch out to include Monday night football games as well as the Thursday night football games as well on a trial basis. So far, the Jaguars are not going to be featured on a Thursday night football game this year. And apart from those two games that we had in London, and that you can maybe look at as a primetime or standalone game, other than that, we only have one other game this season, which is a late window game, which is in Las Vegas, which makes sense. But the rest of the games are all going to be 1 p.m. games, aka 6 p.m. here in the UK. And the season ender against the Indianapolis Colts is still TBD, because it could be a game where it has playoff implications. But the way the Jaguars are playing with a 2-5 record, that game will probably be a 6 p.m. game. Or also, it could just be moved it could be moved to a Saturday, because the Colts might be trying to get into the playoffs and the Jaguars could spoil their hopes as well. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next video.